Hello fellow travellers and welcome to Henri's Bus. I have my collection of weapons, a spiked bat, esteemed mortal, absolution, Lucille, let's not kid anybody, and my collection of zombie heads. This one's a spoiler, so maybe don't look at that one. Bolt action rifle, under action lever, full auto shotgun, double barreled shotgun, and then obviously my 9 collectibles, the statues that are on each level. So the idea of today's video is to show you what to do to prepare for the imminent release of the Aftershocks DLC for Walking Dead's Saints and Sinners. So I'm going to talk you through 3 stations. I'm going to talk you through some tips and tricks that I, as an experienced player, can pass on to you. Okay, let's get started. This is the survival station. And as you can see, it is fully upgraded and I've got all 5 recipes at the bottom. The most important thing in the survival station is that there, the Nutria stew. Now why is that so important? Well, I can guarantee you will not die due to losing health, which is the green bar here or the green bar on your watch. You will always die because you run out of stamina and you get killed by a zombie. You're trying to run away, you're trying to fight, you run out of stamina. That is the most important thing in the survival station. Sterile bandages, pretty handy at the beginning of the game. You can pick up meds, and meds will clear your health or any sickness you have, but then bandages will actually give you health. So, medicine to cure your health, bandages to get your health back. And then as you go further down and upgrade, you will open more options. Restorative bandages, once you've got it upgraded to 10, these are the best things because once you apply them, you get that little symbol there and it will slowly count down, and while that symbol is there, you will restore health automatically if you lose it. Brilliant. The next most important thing on here is jambalaya. Now the reason this is so important is because, come here, like the restorative health effect, if you eat your jambalaya, it increases weapon durability. It says should last about a day, it does last a day. So now I also have my weapons will last longer, which means if you take something like the sheriff, even though this has only got half health, as you can see, durability, that will probably last you a day if you use the jambalaya. Gumbo, people like gumbo, I don't use it ever. The reason is, it gives you a health boost, as you can see with these 2 arrows. So you get 125% health for that day. But like I've already stated, you're not going to die because of your health. You're going to die because of your stamina. Which brings us on to the bene. I think that's how you pronounce it. Now this, come back, eat this. As you can see, I have another buff after eating that, and that restores your stamina more quickly. So, the only downside to that is it uses a lot of sugar, 5 sugar. That's quite a lot, considering how difficult they are to find. So if I'm going out for a full day of scavenging, I will take a jambalaya, which I'll eat before I set off. I will take one of these, but I'll try not to use it if I don't have to. And I will take 2 Nutri stews because it's stamina that's going to kill you. I hope I've emphasised that enough. And I'll take a restorative bandage just because. And that is my advice on the survival station. Okay, so I'll do gear station before I do the gun station. Gear station, as you can see, I've upgraded it to level 10 and I have the 5 recipes underneath. Custom footwear should be the first thing you upgrade to. The reason is costs 25% less stamina, and sprinting is quieter, which becomes more important later on in the game when there are more zombies. Melee combat costs 25% less stamina. That is the next upgrade you should aim for. Stamina is what's going to get you killed. The next most important is your backpack upgrade. My backpack is upgraded, so I have 4 pages. When you first start the game, you only have 3. So you can only carry 27 items. With 4, you can carry 36. Much better. So that is the gear station. Once you upgrade it to level 10, at the gun station, another weapon will show up, but I'll talk about that later. And then all of these at the bottom here are unlockables. Which is the best weapon in the gear station for melee? Is it the Shiv? Is it the Bayou Slugger? Is it Night Shift? No, it's this. It's a metal cleaver. So why pick the metal cleaver over the grass clipper? Well, 4 sharp objects, 2 shafts and 8 wood scraps. Against 6 shafts, 10 sharp objects and 10 wood scraps for the grass clipper. So always build one of these. This is a chopping weapon, a slicing weapon. The Shiv is a stabbing weapon. It takes less stamina to slice a zombie's head off than it does to brain it with a Shiv. Can you see where I'm going with this? Stamina is key every single time. You might also like 4th and Pain. It just looks awesome. But it does, again, cost more to build than the cleaver. So at the start of the game, when you first start scavenging, as soon as you unlock the cleaver every time. But I'm going to take 4th and Pain because I think it just looks so cool. And that is my tips and tricks for the gear station. So I have an unusual take on the gun station, and that's because this gun or this gun are the only ones you need really to finish the game. So instead of upgrading all of this and wasting all those resources, just use the 30 cal revolver It isn't very durable, but if you combine it with jambalaya, it will last a whole day out scavenging. This gun is the best gun in the game because it doesn't cost anything to build. 2 pistol frames, 4 nuts and bolts, 6 workable metal. That's nothing. You can get right to the end game just using the revolver. Or, if you're feeling a bit more adventurous, you can use the sheriff, but that takes 3 pistol frames, 6 nuts and bolts, and 10 workable metal. It is much more durable, and with the combination of jambalaya, that will probably last you 2 days of scavenging, so you can then balance that up. The downside to this is, oh my god, it's noisy, and this is a lot quieter. So I would use the 30 cal pistol. So the way to use this is not as a gun, but to grab the zombie by the head, shoot it under the chin. That is the way to use this gun. That way you're not wasting ammunition and you're not missing. So another quick tip is for the reload. Open the gun, place the gun here, and then see how quick that was? Practice, practice, practice. The same technique can be used for the 45. So those are my tips and tricks for the survival station, the gun station and the gear station. To minimise the amount of resources you use, to maximise the amount of resources you have left, at the end game. And there we come to our next point. You have to finish the game. To finish the game, you just play through the levels as normal, and eventually you will come to an end point where Casey will ask you, do you want to continue? If you say yes, after that, you can't go back, you have to finish the game. What is my recommendation for how to finish the game? Well, spoiler alert, if anybody's watching who hasn't finished the game, the best way to end the game is to flood the comms room and kill Casey. He's a bit of a whiny bitch anyway.
What did you do? You fucking psychopath! I trusted you! Oh, I hope you burn in hell!
Blah, 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 blah.
Not like this! Establish a perimeter!
The reason this is the best way to finish the game is because that leaves the armory intact, and the armory is where you're going to get all of the resources, the food, the sugar, the proteins, the weapons, the ammo, the blueprints, everything that you need to maximize your end game.
Ooh, goody two shoes. ARs. Boxes of stuff.
So I'm stood in front of my case, and there is all my salvage. So I can quickly look down that list and see what I might be lacking in. You always need sugar. You always need proteins. So I can look there and I'm thinking, well, I haven't got many shafts. So if I'm going to use my bow, I need more shafts. So when I go out and scavenge, I'm going to be prioritizing shafts, proteins, and sugars. Does that make sense? While you are out in New Orleans, you can access that list here. Salvage infantry. And then you can just scroll up and down and prioritize what you think you need. Okay, so now I'm going to go out into New Orleans and do some scavenging. This is end game scavenging. I have completed the game. Most important thing, tune your radio to channel 47.
Eastside Narrow, 717, agitate.
Okay, so what that radio message is telling you is weapons caches, food caches, medicine caches, extra loot, and reclaimed and tower elite squads. So we'll grab the map, and you'll notice that there's a question mark next to these 5. Now they change as the days go by. So hold your finger over Rampart, there's a Tower Deathsquad and extra loot. That is a good one. Extra loot usually means the little cases that are full of stuff. I'm going to go for Old Town. I'm going to get the medical cache and the weapons cache, because I actually want the herd so I can show you a few little tips and tricks. Let's go. End game now, and the absolute best weapon that you can possibly use is the custom AR-416. This is an absolute headshot machine. The sights are really, really good. The little white dot, get it lined up and you will not miss the head. And as an added bonus, full auto. Click the button. Burst fire, but this is what I would recommend you use it in, because this gives you the best accuracy, and that is single shot. And with single shot, that is going to be an absolute beast. Right, so what I've done here is I've deliberately got myself cornered. And the reason is, so I can show you a very, very effective technique called the shove. The shove doesn't use much energy. You relax, by the time the zombies come back to you, you notice my stamina has come back. Now, if you were faced by 6 zombies, you would start to panic a little. But with the shove, you don't need to. Take this one, bang. This one, bang. Miss. Okay, how many have I got? Oh, I've got an infected one. Let's get rid of him. Remember you reload? Let's get rid of him. Reload. You're a pain in the bottom. See how many zombies I've managed to get rid of here? With my stamina. Oh, I need to reload. Okay. Shove. Reloaded. There. Number 1. Don't panic. Use the shove. Shove. Wait for your stamina to come back. Maybe do a cheeky reload while you're waiting. Oh, there's the Tower Deathsquad. Let's go kill those. Oh, yeah, they're in a fight with somebody. Headshot. 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 See what I mean? It's an absolute headshot machine. Alright, so I'm looking for a medical cache. Lantern. Medical cache. With some ammo as a bonus. So I've got meds. I've got bandages. And yeah, box of stuff. Right, I'm sitting at the dock of the bay watching the tide roll away, and what I should have been doing was getting away, because that is signalling the herd. So anyway, I hope these tips and tricks have helped you out. I hope that it's helped you to get to your end game and prepare for Aftershocks, which I'm so much looking forward to. I just want the developers to bloody well release it. So come on, Skybound, release the content. We want it. Right. Let's lock and load. I'm going to go kill some zombies. Here we go. Now we're getting started. Double shot.